Hello, Trinity family. This is Pastor Dewar, and this is your Theology in Three. Today, I'd like to talk with you about children and the way the first century audience in the Gospels understood children. So let's start with Matthew chapter 19. Look at verses 13 through 15. Then the children were brought to him, that is Jesus, that he might lay his hands on them and pray. The disciples rebuked the people, but Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of heaven." And he laid his hands on them and went away. To us today, Trinity Lutheran Church and School, we see children as very valuable, right? We spend a lot of time and a lot of energy educating children. In our culture and context today, childhood is revered as something that is a great time, a great memory, a lot of nostalgia. You might be a fan of Star Wars because you saw Star Wars as a kid. Not necessarily because you watch Star Wars now, but because you watched Star Wars as a kid. Or you might have fond memories of playing with Legos or playing outside or jumping on the trampoline, these kinds of things. And you have these fond memories, and we spend a lot of time reminiscing. We also spend a lot of time and money on our children, making sure that they're not just fed and taken care of, but that they're happy as well. And so what I'm about to say sounds really weird to our modern context, but it's important that we strip away our modern context when we're reading the scriptures so we understand why things are going on. In the ancient world, they didn't think very highly of children. Not that they didn't love them, they loved their children very much, but they didn't think very highly of them. And if you think about it, my daughter, she's 1 year old. She's kind of useless, right? Like, she doesn't do anything besides look cute and make a big mess everywhere she goes. If I let her loose in a room, I have to clean up all the stuff. She doesn't make the room better. She makes the room worse. I got to take all the stuff that she knocked down and put it back. When she eats, she throws the food on the floor. I have to have a special mat on the floor to clean up after her, right? This is a general principle that we tend to overlook because of how cute they are, how much fun they are, how much we love them, because, well, kids are a lot of work, and they don't start providing for the family or for the economy for quite a long while, right? Like, not until you're 18 or you're an adult and have to start paying taxes or whatever, right? Like, you, as a child, you're a dependent. You're dependent on your parents, upon the society around you, and that kind of thing. This reality is something that the people in the first century were very well aware of. And so their children, as much as they loved them, weren't necessarily respected as wise sages or as efficient members of society or this kind of thing. And so when people are bringing children to Jesus, the disciples are like, no, we don't do that. The children stay over there. We don't deal with the children right now. We're the adults are talking, okay? And Jesus says, no, that's not okay. And he brings the children to him. He lays his hands on the children. He blesses the children and he prays for them because children are important. Every age of human life is important. Every human life is important. And so this is something that Jesus does, and he talks about in his ministry. He shifts the focus away from just the adult men who have been trained in theology get to talk and everybody else needs to shut up. That's not what's going on. Jesus is bringing forward even the smallest, the weakest, the least in the kingdom of heaven, because these are the greatest. And so I think that's interesting for us because we have a slightly different perspective of children, but it's important because it also opens our eyes to the people that we today think of as less. We today think of maybe as the bottom rung of society or intellect or whatever it is. And the invitation here from Jesus isn't just to bless the children, but is to bless and care for all the people, especially if you think they are an outcast or an outsider. So with that, I pray that you would look for the people in your life that maybe are an outsider, maybe are an outcast, and that you would help them, that you would pray for them, that you would bless them, that they might know Jesus too. I pray that you have a blessed rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you soon.